What are modern women without male attention? Pretty much drug addicts without their daily or even hourly dose. Let that sink in. You see, we live in a time when women are so-called empowered, don't need a man to thrive and survive, and say they can do everything under the sun without men. This is a huge facepalm for sure, but hey, these women think that their own opinions matter. In reality though, men, especially blue-collar men, don't give an F. Society is a sort of circus that wants men glued to screens, looking at hot female bodies, asses, tits, and something else like, well, seeing women getting ran through by other dudes. Women are pretty much idols that thirsty men put on a pedestal, but multiple conscious men are growing weary of the average chicks that feel like queens and think they deserve top-tier men without offering anything of value to a man, and that includes getting free meals.
One of the reasons I don't like to pay on a first date is the way people move, both men and women in 2023, is you have to assume going in, whether you're a man or woman, that person you're seeing may very well be seeing multiple other people. So if I'm going on a date with a girl, it could very well be the case that she's sleeping with 1, 2, 3 other dudes. Maybe she's not sleeping with other men, but maybe she's dating other men. I've been on dates with girls and I'm talking to them, and I had one girl who's not particularly remarkable in any way. She said she had 5 dates scheduled that week.
Oh, that's weird.
I don't feel particularly special. I don't feel particularly inclined to fall into my traditional gender roles of paying for the first date when you're pursuing so many other options. Now, especially if a woman is sleeping with another guy and you're going on a date with me and then I'm going to pay for your food.
Women, gender roles are a myth. Guy, pay for half of the meal. Women, your gender role is to pay for me. And other men are like, I don't say anything when I find out she's talking to other guys. I leave her in sex-only category. The only gift she'll ever get is my dick. That's what her main guy is for, or whoever is dumb enough to give it to her. And that's not me. In today's video, we're delving into the simple reality. Women don't deserve male attention anymore, and why this is getting women so angry even though they claim they're independent.
Stick around because I'm sure you're going to love this one.
But before we go any further, let me share the comment of the day. Shout out to I Bow Before My Husband. Now that's quite the name, I must admit. She said, if our great-grandmothers could hear these women talk, good grief, absolutely shameful. You're absolutely right, and it's nice to see there are a few, albeit rare, women who still hold traditional values in the West.
Please don't forget to reach out to us by email to claim your $5 for that comment of the day. As usual, guys, I'll pick one comment from each video. It may be the funniest, the most liked, or one that touched me, so don't forget to leave a comment and you may be our next winner. Make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons too, as it helps a lot. And now, back to the video.
I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up. I don't ever slow up, no I don't take shit. I got no love for the fakeness. If you wanna play tough and wanna hate this, I'll always show up and make a statement. I don't ever slow up.
Women want male attention a lot, but say they don't need men. The delicate dance of modern independence. That's the name of, well, their narrative. It's truly funny to witness the paradoxical show of modern women who boldly declare their self-sufficiency, aka strength and independence, while meticulously curating their collection of male admirers. You know, the roster of dudes who fulfill very specific roles, including the Chad who bangs her for effectively free. It's almost like a strategic game of affirmation bingo, where the more check marks you get from the opposite sex, the higher your self-esteem soars. Independence. Anyone? Of course, for these chicks, there's nothing like a man's validation to assure her worthiness. If a man finds her interesting or attractive, it must be the ultimate confirmation that she's the pinnacle of wit, charm, and intelligence. Note that I'm being overly sarcastic. I mean, do modern women waste precious time cultivating genuine self-confidence when they can rely on the hit of validation from a man's fleeting attention? Simple, because it's easier than becoming a wifey. After all, nothing quite says, I'm an empowered, self-reliant woman, like needing a constant influx of external affirmations to keep their egos afloat.
Your validation means everything to her. They want your validation. They want to be seen by you. They want you to validate them. They want you to give them all these compliments. They need your validation. This is why they do what they do. This is why they post all the pictures. They do all the thirst traps because they want your validation. And when you don't give it to them, they get pissed off.
If other men can still see your girlfriend naked, then less jealous of you.
Yeah. Why are they doing that then? But let's say, for example, they're already in a relationship with a good guy. Why did they continue to do it?
I would say if you're in a relationship with a good guy and being satisfied are two different things. I think when you're with a good guy and he treats you well and he's really kind to you, but if you're a chaotic woman and you crave chaos, what will happen is you always need validation from other men. You always need reminding that you can be with other men whenever you need it. But if you're a woman who's so happy to stop all of that just to be with one man, you'll stop posting. If your woman is still posting, there's a part of her that doesn't feel totally satisfied with the love you give her, and it's not got nothing to do with you. It might be to do with her own insecurities before she entered the relationship, and they haven't been resolved yet.
What she says right there is so telling. And look, if more women healed their wounds instead of riding the carousel, the world would be a better place and the divorce rate would go down. Sadly, that ain't happening in this crazy modern world, so men are embracing MGTOW as a solution to this decay. Now, let's dive deeper into why modern women want validation so badly. I warn you, you'll still not give an F about the reasons, just like they don't care about your circumstances when you were at your lowest. This article, titled 7 Reasons Why You Seek Male Attention and Validation, plus 7 Ways to Stop, explains why modern women post all those pics on Instagram. Let's check it out. Attention can be flattering, especially when it comes from the opposite gender. But what happens if you end up craving it as if it were a cold drink on a hot summer's day? The attention of men can sometimes feel good, even if you're in a relationship. But perhaps you crave that attention more than you should. Yeah, right, there lies a sign of why men are done with dating. Men are done with this dating scene because women still look for male validation even when they're in a relationship. In some cases, even when they're married. They often resort to reasons like not being taken care of properly and the man getting fat, but they never admit their mistakes, including their poor communication skills. You know, men are supposed to read between the lines and even learn womanese. Well, maybe you're not looking for a relationship. Well, obviously, but it feels good to be noticed. After all, who doesn't enjoy feeling wanted and attractive? Wanting to feel good is perfectly fine, but needing male attention to achieve that feeling might be a problem. The thing is, we all want the attention of the person we like, but it shouldn't be our only source of self-esteem. It's far healthier to find a way to feel good about yourself on your own, and later on in this article, we'll show you how. But let's look at the most common reasons why a woman might crave male attention in the first place. Maybe you're hoping to get into a relationship or even to get out of an existing one. But if you need more attention than is considered healthy, there's probably something else going on in the background. Like, wow, what a discovery. The first step to solving a problem is identifying it. So read through the following reasons and see if anything seems to apply to your situation. As soon as you know exactly what the problem is, you can get right to solving it. 1. Your self-confidence needs a boost. You're probably looking for more than simple attention. You may crave male validation as well. If a man finds you pretty, funny, or intelligent, it must mean that you are all those things. Otherwise, he wouldn't be interested in you, right? So you use the attention of men to give yourself an ego boost and feel good about yourself. Maybe you even need to be told that you're pretty to feel that way. Whatever the case may be, if you're hoping to solve this problem, you should definitely think about your self-confidence and whether you could do something to improve it, rather than relying on someone's attention to give you a temporary high. After all, the rush you feel when you get a man's attention is great, but it can only last for a little while. You can, and should, be your own constant source of attention. We'll talk more about this later.
I love going to dance with my girls.
Right, but what I'm saying is if women didn't like being approached by men, why wouldn't they just go to gay clubs?
Because you like attention.
I don't really find...
They get high off of rejecting you. That's why you gotta focus on yourself. It's like the self-esteem boost. Holy shit. They're all celebrities now.
If I'm single, I post like picture of myself. It's not for men, it's for me. I like,
really?
Yeah. I like my profile to be like, I like to
If it's for you, then why do you gotta put it on the internet? Why not just keep it in your camera roll and look at it?
Yeah, keep it in
So
your phone.
when you post on Instagram, you're like, oh, I'm gonna get a woman. That's
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the
You
difference.
know,
I'm
like,
honest about it.
I don't even respond to DMs.
That's fine, but you still like the attention.
Bruh, really?
I mean, we all like the attention, but
Okay.
I don't really do it for men.
You do it for the attention from men, which is the problem.
No, it's not about that.
You take pictures for yourself?
Yeah.
You put
I
makeup
do.
on for yourself?
Yeah.
You do your hair for yourself?
Yeah, because
you
I
wear
want to
heels
look
for yourself?
good. I swear, I'm not gonna like have a good day if I look ugly. And it's all about me. I don't care what they gonna think.
If you do it for yourself, do you go to sleep with makeup on? Do you go to sleep with your dress on?
I mean, yeah.
And your heels on? Do you go to sleep with your dress and your heels on too?
What's the point? I'm
The
sleeping.
point I'm trying to make is that women lie to themselves and say they do things for themselves. No, you do it for the express interest of the opposite gender.
Hot chicks, big tits, glossy lips, and all that. Yeah, hot as hell. Or maybe not. Who knows what's under those layers of makeup? Women are all about male validation. Let's break this down. You see, it's truly fascinating how some folks are like magicians, conjuring up a mystical realm where their self-worth is intricately tied to the opinions of others. In this show, we witness the protagonist, a self-proclaimed independent woman seeking the elusive treasure of male validation to justify her existence. Because, really, what could be a more logical measure of a woman's worthiness than a man's approval? If a man finds her pretty, funny, or intelligent, well, that's basically the certificate of authenticity stamped onto her existence. It's not like personal opinions, self-reflection, and, I don't know, actual accomplishments hold any weight in comparison to the supreme judgment of a man. So, there you have it, the timeless tale of using male attention as the enchanted elixir to inflate her ego to biblical proportions. After all, why waste time on mundane activities like self-improvement and fostering genuine confidence when you can simply collect male admirers like they're trophies on a shelf? That's the mentality of these chicks. And let's not forget the counterpart in this grand performance, the strong men who've done the Herculean task of proving their worth before even stepping into the arena of dating. Those poor souls have scaled mountains, slayed dragons, and navigated treacherous, emotional terrains just to qualify for the honor of dating the protagonist. What did modern women do? Well, getting ran through and achieving things like careers, which men don't even care about when looking for a partner. Let's keep on reading. 2. You let men define your value. Maybe you don't value yourself if men don't value you. When you're being noticed by men, you feel attractive, desirable, and ultimately successful. Getting attention might seem like an achievement and proof of your worthiness. Instead of relying on your professional, creative, and intellectual achievements, you strive to be considered desirable in the eyes of men and think of it as a form of success. Being popular with men makes you feel important and accomplished. Focusing more of your energy on other aspects of your life could help with this. You probably have some goals unrelated to being noticed that could make you feel accomplished. Most importantly, you should learn to value yourself instead of relying on others to define your worth. It's great if you are attractive, but it should only be a small portion of who you are and just a part of what you have to offer. Maybe you've been putting a lot of effort into looking great on the outside, so now you need to focus more on the inside. After all, what's the point of looking great if you don't feel that way too? This is like the modern saga of I Don't Need No Man, a story of contradiction that leaves even the most astute observers scratching their heads. In reality though, this is very simple. These so-called warriors of female independence bravely declare that men are as useless as a screen door on a submarine, all while conveniently forgetting that men are the ones hauling heavy loads in construction, braving the wild on fishing trips, and ensuring that the world is fed through agriculture. Yes, while these women revel in their defiant chants of men ain't shit, they ignore the fact that these very men are the ones getting their hands dirty doing the jobs that many wouldn't even consider. It's almost like these women believe that their independence and success were magically conjured out of thin air, untouched by the contributions of men who labor behind the scenes. But hey, let's not be hasty. These modern-day heroines, or rather attention addicts, no pun intended, have their own tactics to assert their independence. Behold the artful mastery of posting revealing pictures online, all while vehemently claiming that they don't need a man's approval. The irony is so rich, it's like a desert buffet of self-delusion. Oh, how gloriously they let men define their value. The attention of men becomes the golden ticket to self-worth. Forget about their professional accomplishments, creative endeavors, and intellectual pursuits. No, the true measure of success lies in the thumbs-up emojis and flattering comments from the opposite sex. The money, cars, and jobs these independent women get are dope, but the real dope part for them is getting men in their inboxes, even if they never reply. While they could channel their energy into cultivating multifaceted achievements that actually resonate with their passions, or even better, heal themselves, they choose to chase the fleeting high of being the center of male attention. More often than not, they ride too many dicks in the process. Who needs a diverse range of accomplishments when you can be the reigning queen of likes and comments?
Showing you when to ignore a woman, and specifically if she displays these 3 traits, which will lead to behavior that you ultimately don't want. You're going to want to ignore a woman and remove all of your attention from her is if she is consistently needing attention from multiple men and is not content with that attention being just from you, especially if you are in a committed relationship from her. Now, rest assured, a woman is needing multiple attention, okay, from multiple options, from multiple men. That is going to be a huge red flag that you do not want to commit for the long haul in a relationship with that woman, and that is when you're going to want to remove the attention.
After he just doesn't give me like attention and validation, so I'm like, oh wait, I'm obsessed with you.
First, she didn't like the guy, but once she didn't get attention anymore from him, she was obsessed with him. I will tell you the reason and it will blow your mind. I will show you why this process of chasing someone who doesn't give you attention is the same process as a drug addiction. This only works on people who don't feel valuable in themselves and chase their value in other people. They look at someone who treats them bad, is ignoring them, or doesn't give them attention as higher status than them. If you don't believe you have enough value, you can only chase validation in someone you believe whose value is higher than yours. This is an emotional addiction because as soon as he pulls back, she has an uncomfortable feeling of not feeling good enough that she wants to replace by chasing the validation of that person and trying to get them. But as soon as he shows her that he likes her back, she's not interested anymore because she can't chase higher validation anymore. So it has nothing to do with love.
If they ignore you, you ignore them right back, and see the confusion on their faces. Modern women 101. Men are sick and tired of this dynamic and really knowing their worth without the need of a chick that pats them on the back. Let's keep on reading and link this to the last reason we're talking about today. 3. You have been rejected. Do you need more attention from men ever since a particular man or men rejected you? This happens more often than you might think. Getting rejected can hurt your ego, and everyone's been there. There's not a person in this world who hasn't been rejected. It can hurt so much that you need help healing it. Maybe that's exactly what happened to you, and you found a way to cope with the problem by creating another problem. You started using the attention of all guys as a substitute for the attention you wanted, but didn't get it from a specific guy or guys. Well, that's one way to cope with rejection, but it's not a healthy one. So, if this is the reason you need so much attention, try learning to accept rejection as an inevitable part of the dating game. Not everyone can like you, and there's nothing wrong with that. Yes, it can hurt to be rejected, but you just have to shrug your shoulders, accept that you're not everyone's cup of tea, and move on. It sounds easier than it is, but it's really not as hard as it might seem. This is funny, men are used to dealing with rejection just fine, but women are not. That's the power of rejection, that ever so humble teacher of life lessons. It has visited each and every one of us men, leaving its mark. Yet, as the average modern woman stands at the crossroads of emotional recovery, she takes a sharp turn onto the path of instant gratification, aka a Chad or simp who will do whatever to get in her pants. A substitute is sought, a shortcut to mend the wounds, the attention of all men, a mirage of validation to quench the thirst left by one specific man's rejection. Going to therapy? Nah, that's way too expensive and hurts her feelings for sure, but she always has money for makeup. And so, the grand illusion unfolds, using a ton of male attention to sweep the sting of rejection under the rug. It's like trying to fill the Grand Canyon with pebbles, hoping the void will be filled. A strategy so genius that it makes you wonder why therapists even exist. But this coping mechanism may not be as foolproof as it seems. While it offers a temporary high, yeah, just like a drug, it's as substantial as cotton candy, sweet but fleeting. The protagonist finds herself caught in a loop, seeking more and more external validation to keep the ghosts of rejection at. These women are all about attention and then complain that they get attention from men by posting clips to get, yeah, more attention. Kick these hoes to the curb and let them enjoy their cats, their only company. Stay strong, guys. As always, I wish you tremendous success. Now it's your turn. What do you think? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Remember that if you leave the best comment, you will get $5. Thank you so much for watching. If you found value in this video, hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads, drop a comment, and share it. See you in the next video, guys. Till next time.